Ever wondered why emergency shelters are so crucial in survival situations? Allow me to shed some light on that. Emergency shelters, in their many forms, are a fundamental component in survival scenarios. They are more than just a roof over your head. They're a bulwark against the elements, a sanctuary in the wilderness. Imagine being lost in the woods, the temperature dropping as night falls. Without a shelter, you're exposed to the cold, the rain, even potential threats from wild animals. A well-built emergency shelter, however, can shield you from these harsh conditions, providing a safe haven where you can rest, recuperate, and plan your next move. But it's not just about physical protection. Having a shelter can also provide a psychological boost. It gives you a sense of security and control over your situation, which can be a real game changer when you're battling against the odds. So, the significance of an emergency shelter is undeniable. It's a literal lifesaver. Now let's dive into the world of basic but effective regular tarp shelters. When it comes to survival tools, regular tarp shelters are often overlooked, yet they offer many advantages that can make a significant difference in survival situations. These are your everyday, run-of-the-mill tarps, but don't let their simplicity fool you. They can be a real game changer when you're out in the wilderness. First and foremost, regular tarp shelters are incredibly affordable. They're readily available in many stores and they won't break the bank. This makes them an accessible option for everyone, from the most seasoned survivalist to the novice just starting their journey. Secondly, these shelters are lightweight and compact. They can easily be folded and stowed in a backpack without taking up too much space or weighing you down. This is particularly important when you're on the move and need to carry your shelter with you. Ease of setup is another key advantage. With a little practice, you can set up a regular tarp shelter in a matter of minutes. You don't need special skills or complicated equipment, just your tarp, some ropes, and a couple of poles. But, like anything, regular tarp shelters aren't perfect. They do have their downsides. For one, they lack insulation. In colder climates, this can be a significant drawback. You'll need to find additional ways to stay warm. Secondly, they can be fragile. Regular tarps aren't designed to withstand harsh weather conditions, so they can tear or get damaged easily. It's always a good idea to have a backup plan in case your shelter fails. Lastly, while the setup is straightforward, it does require additional tools. You'll need ropes and poles to erect your shelter, which can add extra weight to your pack. Despite some drawbacks, a regular tarp shelter is a great starting point for any survivalist. It offers a balance of affordability, simplicity, and effectiveness that's hard to beat. So next time you're planning an adventure, don't forget to pack your tarp. It might just be the most versatile tool in your survival kit. Moving on to a bit more advanced shelter, the wax tarp. In the world of outdoor survival, the wax tarp is like a Swiss Army knife. It's versatile, durable, and reliable. When it comes to emergency shelters, a wax tarp can be a game changer. What sets a wax tarp shelter apart from its regular counterpart? The answer is in the wax. A wax coating significantly increases the durability of the tarp, making it more resistant to wear and tear. This can be a lifesaver in harsh conditions where a regular tarp might fail. Imagine being in a heavy storm and your shelter starts to leak or tear. With a wax tarp, that's much less likely to happen. But it's not just about durability. A wax tarp also offers superior waterproofing. The wax repels water, ensuring that you and your gear stay dry. This is vital in survival situations where staying dry can mean the difference between life and death. On top of that, a wax tarp provides an added layer of insulation. This can help to keep you warmer in cold conditions, another crucial factor in survival situations. However, it's not all sunshine and roses with wax tarp shelters. They do come with a few downsides. For one, they are heavier than regular tarps. This can be a disadvantage if you need to carry your shelter over long distances. Moreover, wax tarps generally cost more than their unwaxed counterparts. For some, this might be a deal breaker. But remember, you're investing in a durable, waterproof, and insulated shelter. In survival scenarios, these features could be worth their weight in gold. Lastly, wax tarps may require some maintenance. Over time, the wax coating can wear off and may need to be reapplied. But this is a small price to pay for the benefits you get. A wax tarp shelter, while requiring a bit more investment, can provide superior protection in survival scenarios. So when you're out there braving the elements, remember that a good shelter is not an expense. It's an investment in your survival. Beyond tarps, there are a variety of other emergency shelters to consider. When you're out in the wilderness, the world is your oyster, and the only limit is your imagination and resourcefulness. Let's start with tents. Tents are a classic choice, offering a home away from home. They provide excellent protection against the elements, whether it's rain, wind, or those pesky mosquitoes. Modern tents are lightweight and easy to set up, some even popping up in a matter of seconds. However, their bulkier size compared to tarps may not be ideal if you're looking to travel light. Next, we have hammocks. Oh, the luxury of swinging gently between two trees, elevated above the cold, hard ground. Hammocks can be a great option in warmer climates or heavily wooded areas. They're compact, lightweight, and can be set up and taken down in no time. But remember, hammocks leave you exposed to the elements, so you'll need to consider additional protection, like a tarp overhead or a sleeping bag for warmth. Lastly, let's touch on natural shelters. These are shelters you create from the environment around you, like a lean-to or a snow cave. If you're a real MacGyver, this can be a fun and rewarding challenge. It's also a skill that could save your life in a survival situation. The downside is that it takes time, energy, and some knowledge of outdoor survival techniques to build a natural shelter. So there you have it. Tents offer a comfortable and secure shelter, hammocks provide a lightweight and airy option, and natural shelters require a bit of craftiness, but can be a lifesaver in a pinch. Each type of shelter has its unique benefits and drawbacks compared to tarp shelters. When it comes to choosing your shelter, it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. It's about evaluating your environment, understanding your personal comfort levels, and preparing for the unexpected. Each type of shelter comes with its own set of pros and cons. It's all about finding the right fit for your specific needs. Let's recap our shelter options, shall we? We've covered a lot of ground today, from regular tarp shelters to waxed tarp shelters and other emergency shelters. Starting with regular tarp shelters, they're the simplest to set up and the most accessible for beginners. They're lightweight and compact, making them easy to pack in your survival kit or backpack. However, their simplicity does come with a few drawbacks. They may not provide the best insulation, and their durability can be questionable, especially under harsh weather conditions. Next, we have wax tarp shelters. These are a step up from the regular tarp shelters. The wax coating enhances their durability and water resistance, making them an excellent choice for wet and windy conditions. They can also be a bit heavier and bulkier, but the extra protection they offer is often worth the additional weight. Remember though, the wax coating may degrade over time, so regular maintenance is key to keeping your wax tarp shelter in top shape. Then we moved on to other emergency shelters. These can range from natural shelters like caves and overhangs to more complex structures like lean-tos and snow caves. The key advantage here is that they can often provide better insulation and protection from the elements than tarp shelters. However, they do require more skill and time to set up, and availability can be an issue depending on your environment. In conclusion, there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to emergency shelters. Each type has its own set of advantages and disadvantages, and the best choice will depend on factors like your environment, the weather conditions, your skill level, and the resources available to you. Remember, the best shelter for you depends on your personal needs, skills, and the specific survival situation you find yourself in. So, now you're a bit more informed about emergency shelters. But remember, knowledge without practice is like a book that's never been opened. So take your newfound understanding out into the world. Test your skills. Get hands-on with regular tarps, wax tarps, and other emergency shelter options. Why, you ask? Because preparedness is the key to survival. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at setting up these lifesavers in record time. This isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a continuous journey of learning and refining your skills. Don't stop here. There's a wealth of information out there waiting to be discovered. Dig deeper, research more, because every bit of knowledge could make a difference when you're out there against the elements. We at Protect Lives Survive appreciate you taking the time to learn with us. Stay safe, stay prepared, and keep surviving.